Good morning, my name is tlewis, and I serve as the Director of Membership and Engagement here at Unity Temple Unitarian Universalist Congregation. We are delighted you are joining us this morning. If you are new to our community, we would love to get to know you and keep you informed of all the many ways you can participate. Please fill out the visitor form on our website at unitytemple.org or stop by the Newcomer Welcome before service. We offer the Newcomer Welcome each Sunday from 9:30 to 10. For more information on how to participate, please contact me at tlewis@unitytemple.org. I look forward to meeting you and hope to see you at coffee hour.
Good morning. My name is Julie Willoughby, and I am a member of the Board of Trustees at Unity Temple. I'd like to lift up our values: transformation, connection, justice, and acceptance. This is a busy time of year, but we hope you'll be able to make time to join us for the annual meeting, which will be held on December 13th at noon. The meeting will be held by Zoom, and so you will need to pre-register. Instructions for registration were sent to you by email, and you can get started now. It's quick and easy, and you'll need to do so before the day before the annual meeting, so by Saturday the 12th. In addition, leading up to the annual meeting, the board has been holding pre-annual meeting workshops where we will share with you some of the content that will be covered during the annual meeting, answer questions, and hear back from you. So please join us for one of those sessions if you're able to. There's going to be one at 1 p.m. today and at 7 p.m. tomorrow evening. Instructions on how to join those meetings were also sent to you by email. If you have any questions about how to access the information for these meetings and you're not able to find it in your email, please feel free to email us at bot@unitytemple.org, and we'll get back to you and make sure you have the support that you need. We'd love to have you join us. Have a great weekend. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Alex.
I am Lena.
I'm Merritt, and this is baby Zachary.
He loves eating food.
And what do you love?
Pretending pirates.
Pretending pirates. All right. We invite you to light your chalice along with us.
Okay.
We are Unitarian Universalists. This is the church of the open minds, loving hearts, and helping hands. We take care of the planet Earth and each other.
Right?
Our call to worship this morning is from the Reverend Sharon Wiley at Chalice Unitarian Universalist Congregation in Escondido, California. Wholeness. We speak so often of brokenness in religious life. Let us speak today of wholeness. You are welcome here. All of you. Every part of you, beautiful just the way you are. Here, you do not need to be something more or something less. No holding back, no hiding, no exerting yourself, no trying to do more or be less. You have inherent worth and dignity. There is nothing to prove. Nothing to prove to any of us. You don't have to try and be witty or more quiet or more outgoing. You are beautiful, every part of you. Your skin, your hair, your belly, your limbs, your face. All beautiful, just the way they are. You are extraordinary, breathtaking. Each and one of you in your own different way. Let us worship together.
Please join us in the words of our covenant.
Love is the doctrine of this congregation.
The quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in freedom, to serve humanity in fellowship,
to the end that all souls shall grow into harmony with the divine. Thus do we covenant with each other and with God.
Join me in singing hymn number 315 in the gray hymnal, This Old World. This old world is full of sorrow, full of sickness, weak and sore. If you love your neighbor truly, love will come to you the more. We're all children of one family, we're all siblings, cousins too. If you cherish one another, love and friendship come to you. This old world can be a garden full of fragrance, full of grace. If we love our neighbors truly, we must meet them face to face. It is said now, love thy neighbor, and we know well that is true. This the sum of human labor, true for me as well for you.
Hi friends, I have a book today called Just Ask. It's by Sonia Sotomayor, who you might know is one of the Supreme Court justices. And at the bottom it says, be different, be brave, be you, which is a great message. The pictures are by Rafael Lopez. Hi, I'm Sonia. My friends and I are planting a garden. Gardens are magical places. Thousands of plants bloom together, but every flower, every berry, and every leaf is different. Each has a different smell, different color, different shape, and different purpose. Some flowers need lots of sunlight, others thrive in the shade. Some have to be trimmed regularly, while others are better off left alone. Some trees and flowers are more fragile, and others are more hardy. Kids are all different too. Some of us are in a hurry, and others take more time. Some of us seem shy and quiet, while others are chatty and loud. Some of our differences are easy to spot. Others take longer to notice. Each of us grows in our own way, so if you're curious about other kids, just ask. Not everyone is comfortable answering questions about themselves, but I don't mind. What am I doing? Several times a day, I prick my finger to measure the sugar in my blood, and I give myself shots of medicine called insulin. I do this because I have diabetes, and my body doesn't make insulin naturally like other people's. Even though this can sometimes hurt, I gather all of my courage to do it to be healthy. Do you ever need medicine to stay healthy? I do. My name is Rafael, and I have asthma, which means sometimes I have trouble breathing. When that happens, I take a breath and use an inhaler with medicine to make breathing easier. Quiet time helps me slow down and catch my breath. My inhaler is like a tool to help my body. Do you use a tool to help your body? I'm Anthony, and I use a wheelchair to get around. Even though I can't run with my legs, I can go super fast. How do you get from place to place? My name is Madison, and my guide dog Lucky helps me get places safely because I'm blind. My friend Arturo is blind too. He uses a cane to get around. Even though we can't see, we strengthen our other senses and notice lots of details others may miss. We can hear with our ears, smell with our noses, and feel with our hands. How do you use your senses? I'm VJ. I learn about the world differently because I can see, but I can't hear. I'm deaf. Most of the time, I communicate with people using my face and hands through sign language. It's cool to know another language. I also love reading and writing.
What about you? I'm Bianca, and I have dyslexia, so I have to work really hard and take my time when I am reading and writing words. Sometimes I use computer programs to help me. I love learning by doing things. My imagination is full of ideas, and I'm very good at making art from the pictures I see in my mind. Are you really good at something? I'm great at dinosaurs. I know all about them. I'm Jordan, and I have autism. Organizing and counting all my toy dinosaurs again and again makes me feel calm. My classmate Tiana also has autism, but it's different for her. She doesn't talk, but I like to talk. I especially like to talk about dinosaurs. What do you like to talk about? For me, listening comes more easily than talking, and I'm a really good listener. My name is An, and I speak with a stutter, so sometimes I repeat a word or get stuck when I try to say it. It may take me a little longer to express myself, and sometimes I'm too shy to talk, but I understand everything that's going on. Do you ever wonder if people understand you? I do. My name is Julia. Sometimes I wiggle or make sounds I can't control because I have Tourette's syndrome. People may look at me funny because I think I am not paying attention or just acting out, but it's not true. I am listening. I don't always like having to explain. It frustrates me, but it helps when I tell people that it's just what my body does. Do you ever feel frustrated? My name is Manuel, and I have attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. It is also called ADHD. I can get frustrated when I really feel the need to move around, even though I am supposed to sit still. When my teachers and friends are patient with me, if I forget something or get distracted, I can get myself back on track. What's helpful to you? I'm Nolan. It's helpful to me when the food I eat has a clear label that says it is nut-free because I am allergic to nuts. They can make me so sick that I would have to go to the hospital if I eat any, even by accident. So I always tell people about my allergy and ask if a food has nut ingredients. Speaking up keeps me healthy. How do you use your voice? I love to sing and I love to talk. I love to make new friends and be included. I am Grace. I was born with Down syndrome. Kids like me with Down syndrome have an extra building block called a chromosome in our bodies. But we are all different from each other too. I can do almost anything like any other kid can do, though learning new things can take some time. One way I learn is to ask questions. What helps you learn? It's me, Sonia, again. I ask questions too. When something seems different or new, I just ask my parents or my teachers, and they help me to understand, especially if my friends don't feel ready to explain. This is what I've learned. Imagine if all the plants in this garden were exactly the same. Like, what if they could only grow peas? That would mean no strawberries or cucumbers or carrots. It might also mean no trees or roses or sunflowers. Just like in our garden, all the ways we are different make our neighborhood, our whole world really, more interesting and fun. And just like all of those plants, each of us has unique powers to share with the world and make it more interesting and richer. What will you do with your powers?
Each week, we hold a space for holding each other in our hearts and for the prayers of the people. If you have some great news or are celebrating something significant, we would love to share with you in your joy. If you are suffering a loss or going through a major transition or challenge and would like the congregation to be aware, please share with one of the ministers or one of us pastoral associates, and you can be assured that we will share it. Who are you holding in your heart? What prayers do you have? Please share it in the chat, the live chat below. We joyfully wish Tom Hall a happy 90th birthday. His jokes and warm hospitality have touched many in the congregation. On a scale of 1 to 10, we hope his birthday is an 11 this year. Don Fenwick expresses gratitude that his son Charlie is doing well following surgery. We hold Wayne Colenshaw's family in our hearts following his sudden death of heart attack on November 17th. Locally, there were 13 people killed between November 20th and 26th. They include Christian Adams, age 30, Willie Baker, 19, Roy Dampier, 18, Alexander Fletcher, 28, Brandon Jefferson, 30, Aaron Lawrence, 21, Guadalupe Lopez, 35, Eli Lozada, 21, and Devon Walsh, 32. May we keep their families and others touched by violence in our prayers. May we also pray for the perpetrators and the impact the violence will have in their lives as well. Again, know that we would love to hear from you. Just contact one of the ministers or one of us pastoral associates. We are always available for you.
I invite you into a time of prayer and reflection as I adapt a meditation from my colleague, Reverend Tom Rhodes. Feel the earth beneath your feet as it supports you. Feel the love of this community as it surrounds and enfolds you. Feel your breath as it flows in and out of your body. Listen to your heartbeat. Listen to your heart. How is it with your heart? Does your heart feel whole? Or does your heart feel shielded by intellect, cocooned by reason, closed? Or is it broken, fragile to the touch, brimming with the pain of loss? Or has your heart been broken and healed so many times that it now lies open to the world, knowing that true growth comes not without pain, that tears may wear down barriers, that we may carry the hearts of others, even when our own is too heavy for us to bear. None of us has an unblemished heart, not one, for such perfection can be found only in death. And we who are alive still have much to heal. So let us give thanks for the broken places in our hearts and the broken places in our lives. For it is only through such brokenness that we may truly touch one another, and only through touching one another that the world may be healed. Let us give then thanks for the brokenness that we share. Blessed be. Amen.
Our reading today comes from the On Being blog. It is written by a man named Omid Safi, who is writing about the practice of Kintsugi, a Japanese art form in which broken pottery is repaired with golden compound to make a piece like a teacup, no longer a teacup, but a beautiful piece of art with gold veins that run through it where it was broken. He writes, "Give me someone who knows their own vulnerability and sees mine. Give me someone whose cracked spaces are golden. Give me someone who has helped do Kintsugi to my cracked spaces. Give me someone who is open to me doing Kintsugi to their cracked heart. Let's repair each other. Let's seek what's cracked in each other. Let's heal our broken spaces. Let's fill what's broken with gold. May we emerge more beautiful, more whole, more luminous. Come see the beauty in my cracked spaces. I will see the beauty in yours. We will emerge from this healing golden, more beautiful. May all that is cracked and broken be healed, be illuminated."
I believe in the sun. I believe in the sun, even when it's not shining. I
As a part of the process to become a Unitarian Universalist minister, students like myself must participate in something called Clinical Pastoral Education, or CPE for short. The program is a combination of chaplaincy work and group work that is designed around the pastoral care that the chaplaincy work entails. Most students choose to do their CPE at a traditional hospital. I, however, chose to do my CPE at a state psychiatric hospital. I made this choice intentionally because in my experience as a staff member at a UU congregation in New Jersey, I encountered a number of members with mental health issues. It's my belief that most congregations have people dealing with mental health issues, especially because we are so welcoming. But we're also often inadequately trained to deal with those people. Given the stigma around mental health, it's vital to me as a future UU minister that I'm able to provide care for all my future congregants in ways that are helpful and meaningful. Our society has pushed mental health to the margins, and with little to no education around issues of mental health, most of us are unprepared to address this important issue. I have a lot of thoughts I could share with you around mental health and the system our society has created to deal with it. Today, however, I want to share with you that for many people, living with mental illness is a lifelong struggle that is often made worse by a lack of understanding and kindness by most of society. This month, we have been exploring the theme of healing in our Soul Connections groups and our Sunday worship experiences. What healing looks like is different for everyone, but for those who have mental illness or those who've been harmed by a system that continues to harm them in such ways as sexism or racism, or for people like myself who have trauma in our background, healing means something particular. We all go through this life with hurt and pain. We carry the scars of what it means to live and love. For some of us, that pain starts early. For others, that pain just keeps happening. For some of us, our hurt and pain are a struggle to heal. For others, the pain is racism, classism, sexism. For some of us, we are hurt by those who are supposed to love us the most. I think Brian Stevenson said it best. We are all hurt. We are all broken by something. We have all hurt someone and been hurt. We all share the condition of brokenness, even if our brokenness is not equivalent. The ways in which I have been hurt and have hurt others are different from the ways others have suffered and caused suffering. But our shared brokenness connects us. What this leads me to believe is that the connection of healing with wholeness is not an accurate description of what it means to heal. That we're missing something. In fact, I believe that this linking of wholeness and healing is problematic. There are some scars that people carry which are too deep or only partially healed. Some scars that are disfiguring and difficult to acknowledge. These sorts of scars go hand in hand with our society's expectations of perfection, that is ableism. These scars walk with the harm that is caused by unrealistic expectations of looks, of ability, of mental health, of beauty. We need to think about what wholeness is and to tailor it to the individual rather than creating a standard of wholeness that is impossible and harmful. We need to remember this as we walk through the world, careful with ourselves and others. So as I think about healing and the link to wholeness, I'm beginning to wonder, what it means to be human means that we are wholly broken. In her book, Raising White Kids, Jennifer Harvey writes, "These are not times in which any of us can dare live without a broken heart. Given the days we live in, if our hearts aren't broken, we've already lost a core part of our humanity." That to be human is to live with pain and brokenness, not just happiness and joy. Assuming that we are all broken is like assuming that we are all carrying open wounds as we walk through this world. This means taking a different kind of tact and care as we walk so we don't shatter ourselves. It means taking care and caution with other people's hearts, assuming they are also ready to break at any moment. It is walking through the world with our hearts surrounded in caution tape. It's knowing that when I break a piece of your heart, I also break a piece of my own. The 6-foot social distance rule might be adaptable to this safety idea. Not that we don't let people get close to us, but that we're cautious and careful with other people's hearts. That we take responsibility and care for all of the world's hearts. That we hold harm at a distance by watching our actions from 6 feet away. By mitigating harm by approaching with caution and concern. We need to take a moment to consider these open wounds. There is a responsibility we must tend to when we have open wounds so that they don't become infected. We might convince ourselves that a wound is not as bad as we thought. We might convince ourselves that the wound doesn't need to be healed because someone else inflicted it. Or maybe we convince ourselves that we like a wound because we like the attention we get when we show it. We might also admit here that we sometimes ignore the wounds of others, or at least assume that they don't have wounds because we cannot see them. Or maybe we don't want to see the ways we might be complicit in other people's wounds. It's easier to ignore pain because to acknowledge it means that we have to take responsibility in the pain of others or in the healing of ourselves. When we take time to acknowledge these things and tend to our wounds, we might just be able to heal some of them. Being wholly broken might mean the presence of scars. Scars that show pain, yes, but scars that also remind us of where we have been, what we have learned, and who we are. In Japan, there is a centuries-old practice in which artists repair broken pottery with a compound made of gold. This process is known as Kintsugi, translated as golden joinery. What results from these repairs are golden veins over the scars of brokenness in the jars and dishes of pottery. What if we look upon our scars as the richness that life has to offer us, the gold of life's lessons? I mentioned to you all earlier in the year that the more I tell my story, the stories of my life, the more I understand and can make meaning of them. What if these golden scars are reminders of the stories that we can tell about our lives? The stories that tell us who we are, the stories that give our lives meaning and purpose. The practice of Kintsugi is not just a physical artistic expression, but part of a philosophy of life. In Japan, the worldview of wabi-sabi, that of seeing the beauty in the flawed and imperfect, is part of this practice of repair. Our beautiful, flawed, and imperfect lives. The beauty of our lives in connection with each other, feeling pain, and rising above. What if healing is about accepting all of who we are, the broken and scarred and lovely and ugly parts of ourselves, because all of those pieces are who we are. They are what makes us wholly broken. What if accepting this holy brokenness in ourselves means we can accept it in other people? Maybe to live in holy brokenness means to live in constant pain, so that we can be in solidarity with those who are most marginalized among us. To choose to live in pain until none live in pain. Let us take this a step further. For people whose brokenness is not just all that life brings them, but systematic ways that our world harms and hurts, we need to more than assume wounds. We need to see the scars in the systems that create injustice that harms the souls of Black and brown people, of poor people, of women and children, of trans people, of immigrants, of those struggling with mental health, and of our Mother Earth. The scars that are in this country since its founding, that we have experienced in the last 4 years, they are a part of our identity. They are a reminder of who we once were, of the worst part of ourselves. I need to share with you all that I worry about our future. I worry about this new presidency, and I worry about a vaccine. I worry about a desire to go back to normal, because normal wasn't good for far too many people. I worry that we will ignore the scars this country gave its people. What was normal was to ignore the pain of the scars and wounds of too many. When we return to normalcy, to ignore the pain all around us, we forget what it means to be human. We forget that being human means living with a broken heart, a broken soul. I want to suggest that it is time to shatter the pottery of America, to repair it with gold. That is, new systems, new policies, new attitudes, and new hearts. To see these gold scars for what they are, remembering what we went through, where we were, and where we do not wish to be again. We saw a glimpse in the past 4 years of what can happen when we choose to see each other's pain and to rise collectively in it. We are often our best selves when we face hardship, when we face adversity and rise above the occasion. Look at how we have increased the number of people who are engaged in politics and who are voting. Look at how we have come together for Black Lives Matter, for women's rights, and for our Mother Earth. We didn't lie silent in our pain, but we rose in it. We moved and demonstrated. Sometimes pain brings out the best in us. It brings us together when we can name it collectively and fight through it to make the world a better place. I want to suggest that it is time to shatter ourselves in solidarity with those who suffer the most, so that we might become wholly broken in our hurt and pain. That we might become the holy brokenness of what it means to be a resilient, whole human.
Each week, our congregation gives our Sunday collection to an organization that is aligned with our Unitarian Universalist values. This week, our collection goes to Beyond Hunger. Beyond Hunger, formerly known as the Oak Park River Forest Food Pantry, provides hunger relief in our community. If you're among the growing population that is struggling with maintaining nutritious meals, Beyond Hunger has programs to be of support in addition to their food pantry. If you're able to give, you can do so directly at gobeyondhunger.org. Send a check to Unity Temple with Beyond Hunger in the memo line, or take your camera, scan the QR code, and follow the instructions. May what you give bring you joy.
Join me in singing hymn number 131, Love Will Guide Us. Love will guide us, peace has stride us, hope inside us will lead the way on the road from greed to giving. Love will guide us through the hard night. If you cannot sing like angels, if you cannot speak before thousands, you can give from deep within you. You can change the world with your love. Love will guide us, peace has tried us, hope inside us will lead the way on the road from greed to giving. Love will guide us through the hard night.
As we leave this time together, I'd like you to hold your hands together in front of you. Imagine in your hands your own heart. It might be oddly shaped, dented, or lopsided, but it is beautiful because it is yours. Hold it gingerly, delicately, gently enfolding it into your chest. Now I want you to imagine another heart. You don't know whose heart this is, and it doesn't really matter. It just exists. It might look a little like yours, or maybe completely different. Maybe it has less wear and tear. Maybe it has more. It doesn't matter. What matters is that it too is in your care. It is the heart of your mother, your neighbor, an unknown person from another continent. Bring this heart gently to yourself as well. As we go forth into the world, let us remember that all of these hearts are ours to care for. And let us take extra caution for ourselves and each other as we live into our holy brokenness. Blessed be.